What's up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the top 3 reasons for why I chose dividend growth investing, and I'm going to be showing you guys my portfolio. So let's start with that. As you can see, I actually broke $45,000 again. I have $45,497.67. I had a true market gain of $1,427.26. And as you can see, I earned dividends of $22.48. But of course, I will be paid those dividends in the upcoming weeks. It takes about 4 to 6 weeks before I actually realize those dividends. So let's go into my activity feed and look at the last week. So on March 14th, I received a $8.79 dividend from 3M. And as always, every Monday, I deposit $125. And something different I'm starting this week is I stopped investing into my quadfecta pie, which has Q yield, R yield, NUSI, and JEPI, which are my income stocks. And I started investing into my general portfolio, into my undervalued stocks or underweighted stocks, which are American Waterworks, Home Depot, Microsoft, and Texas Instruments. And if you remember from my previous videos, like Texas Instrument has a 19% dividend growth rate. Microsoft is almost at 10%. Same as American Waterworks, they're around 10%. And Home Depot is really high up there. I want to say they're above 15% dividend growth rate. So what I'm doing is I'm investing my money into these stocks that have high dividend growth rates. And next up, I have Kellogg's, which gave me an $8.08 dividend. I had Realty Income give me $6.50. Stag give me $5.32. Then on March 16th, Duke paid me $12.27. And I also had 3 buys, more American Waterworks, Home Depot, and Texas Instruments. And if we go to the main topic, why I chose dividend growth investing, number one is because it generates another stream of income. And I want to show you guys all the dividends I received. But first, Warren Buffett has a quote where it says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And so for me, I don't want to work forever. I'm sure you guys don't want to work forever. You know, I'd like to one day retire, hopefully before I'm 50, because I don't want to be working when I'm 50 or 60 years old. And so that's one of the reasons why I got into dividend growth investing. And I just want to show you real quick my activity feed. So as you guys can see, like, look at all these dividends. This is just March. And then we have February. You can go to the next page. You just see this, like, AbbVie giving me $16.42. Q yield with $24.79. We have Good bringing $21.75 every single month. And we can just go down the list. We can just see all the dividends that I'm earning every single month. And this is where I did the work at my job, and then I took that money and I invested it, and now my money is working for me, which is an amazing feeling. So I actually want to show you my monthly dividend chart. I don't know if I've shown you this guy in a while, but as you can see, when I first started earning dividends in November of 2019, I earned $5.78. And if I go over here to January of 2020, I earned $20.35. And I remember telling one of my coworkers how much money I made in dividends, and they laughed at me because I was making $20, which, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's still money that I didn't have to work for. And I knew that eventually my dividend income would grow. And if we look, like I said, January 2020, I earned $20.35. If we go to January of 2022, just multiply 2020's number by 10, and you have $203.54. So that is not something that you would laugh about. Then I'm going to show you guys right down here. If we look, we have the first 3 months of the quarter, January, February, March of 2022. So I took these numbers and I added them together to get $492.38. So far, March is not finished for me earning dividends. Just wait until early April when I release the dividend income video, because I believe I'm going to be earning more than January. But just going off the numbers so far, I took this 492 and I divided it by 3, as you guys can see. My average monthly dividends for the first 3 months are $164.13. And what I also did, if you see this 0.12, I took my average monthly expenses for the first 3 months. They are $1,350. And I took the average dividends that I've earned over the first 3 months, and I divided it by that number, and I got 0.12, which means that so far my dividends have paid for 12% of my expenses. And something that I really want to stress about dividend growth investing and why I chose it for the extra stream of income is that it's actually lowered my stress a lot. Just knowing the fact that every single month I'm earning dividend income reduces my stress by a ton. It also does help that I don't spend a lot of money every month. But I mean, just imagine I'm earning on average $164 every single month. That is insane. And for all the people out there that say $164 isn't a lot, 12% of your expenses is a significant number. And as I already showed you guys, I was laughed at $20.35 a month. Now I've 10x that, and now I'm earning solid dividends. And if we come back in 2 years, you look at 2024, I could be earning $300, $400 a month in dividends, which, the average American doesn't have $400 to their name in case of an emergency. And I'm getting close to the point where I'm earning that half of that every single month. And so that's one of the things that I love about dividend growth investing and earning that extra income. And also the fact that I'm not using this income to pay my bills right now. I'm reinvesting it so my money is working for me. And of course, just one last thing, going back to what I was saying about generating another stream of income, is it's all about becoming financially free or financially independent, which just means if you lose your job, your life won't be affected because you have other income coming in. And so, of course, I believe my expenses will grow over time, as will my regular income from my job and my dividend income. My goal is actually to earn about $4,000 a month in dividend income, which over time, I 100% confident that I will reach that goal. I've already made a lot of progress so far, and I'm just going to continue to invest and showing you guys the results in real time. So let's actually go over to the next point, which is that dividend growth investing is a long-term strategy that doesn't require constant research. So once again, going back into what I was talking about with another stream of income, I wanted a strategy of investing that wasn't going to require a lot of work, because when I think about the stock market, I don't think about, doing growth investing or options trading or day trading, because it just requires way too much research, way too much time. And, while I think growth investing is a good investing strategy, it requires a lot of research and upkeep to manage your portfolio. You have to really dive deep into the company's financials. You have to read news constantly, and you have to read your company's 10Ks. For me, that's a lot of work. I don't want to do that for the next 10, 20, 30 years. You know, I just want to sit back, collect my dividend income, let it reinvest into my portfolio up until the point where I reach that financial independence so I can pull the dividends out. And another thing, the benefit to dividend growth investing is that you do your research up front, which, as I've mentioned in videos before, is I'll do like an hour to 2 hours of research for each stock that I was looking at, and I'll determine if I want to buy them. And when I do buy them, I've already done the groundwork. So really, what I'm doing then is I'm just reinvesting into those companies until they cut their dividend, if they cut their dividend. Very few dividend paying companies, especially the dividend growth companies that have been paying dividends for years, very rarely do they cut their dividends. And if you look at my stocks, most of these stocks are the best in their class. Like Microsoft, one of the best tech companies. Costco, one of the best real retail companies. You have Pepsi, Procter and Gamble, ADP, Johnson and Johnson, Walmart, Kellogg's, Duke Energy, Hormel, Verizon. These are all really great companies that, for the most part, continually increase their revenue. And now, one thing I will point out, if we look at my real estate pie, a lot of these stocks don't increase their dividend. I know O Realty, they increase their dividend. They're good. Stag increases it very little. And as far as these other LTC, Good, BXMT, they don't really increase their dividend at all. I think Good increases a couple pennies every once in a while. FRT, they give a little bit of a dividend increase, but I have my REITs not really for dividend growth. I have them more for constant cash flow so that they can reinvest into my dividend growth stocks. And going up to the next one, the third and final point is that it generates competitive returns. So once again, I work hard for my money. I'm sure you guys do too. And even though I care more about cash flow than capital appreciation, I still want my stocks to perform well. I still want them to provide the capital appreciation because it shows that the company is actually performing well and doing what they're supposed to when they run the business. And so I wanted to show you guys this article. And right here in the purple highlight, it says, dividend investing can be a great strategy. Dividend stocks have historically outperformed the S&P 500 with less volatility. And that's because dividend stocks provide two sources of return: regular income from dividend payments and capital appreciation of the stock price. And this total return can add up over time. And I want to show you this graph. It's the power of dividends and compounding. And if you invested $10,000 into the S&P 500 in 1960, in 2021, if you didn't invest dividends, you'd have $795,000 in $795,823. If you did reinvest those dividends, you'd have $4,949,663. So guys, just right here, you can see that dividends do provide that competitive return, and the reinvesting adds to your compounding and your growth over time. And so going back to this, why I chose dividend growth investing, because it generates another stream of income. And if you want to obtain financial freedom, you need to have more streams of income. You can't just rely on your job. Second, it is a long-term strategy that doesn't require constant research. I don't want to have to constantly be looking at my portfolio worrying about the ups and downs of the market. As I've told you guys before, the stock market, it's going up and down, but as you look at my dividend income, over time, my dividend income just keeps trending up and up, no matter what the stock market does. And next, it generates a competitive return. And that just goes back to buying those solid companies that are actually earning revenue, increasing their revenue over the years, and also increasing their dividend over time. And all of that leads to having those more competitive returns. And so guys, that is why I chose dividend growth investing. Thank you guys for watching the video. And don't forget to sign up for M1 Finance in the link in the description. When you sign up and deposit $100, you'll receive $50 back, which is amazing because it takes like 6 to 10 minutes to sign up. And also sign up to Webull, where when you deposit $100, you'll actually receive 5 free stocks, and they usually only do 2.